Excellent. Welcome everyone to today's workshop. I am super excited to have you all join for our session today. Our Tuesday sessions takes place every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We dive into a new topic each week, and you can register for our workshops and other webinars on our website as highlighted in this slide. We do have a list of upcoming topics ready, so please feel free to sign up for multiple sessions ahead of time. Each session, we do kick off with hands-on demo on the featured topic, and then the last 10 minutes are typically reserved for your questions or your curiosities, so please feel free to share your queries in the Q&A chat box. Our agenda for today is to review the new product updates, where we're going to primarily focus on OneDrive integration, our enhanced search functionality, as well as the timer functionality. And lastly, we're going to take a look at how we can manage users in Spaces. There is a slight modification, and I just want to go ahead and show that to you as well. And then finally, we will review the upcoming events and as well as some details on tomorrow's monthly webinar. And then at the end, we are going to review a quick workshops update. So stay tuned. Awesome. So we're going to start our demo with OneDrive integration, and I'm going to pull my activity center here. Here we go. So as some of you may know, that we had released a SharePoint integration a few months ago. And similar to our SharePoint integration, we have also introduced our OneDrive integration. So in order to use OneDrive integration, it is primarily for attaching files and sharing with your teams within Birdview. How you can do that? So you can simply click on a project and click on the details. When you click on the details, you can scroll down, and in the message board, you'll see the paperclip icon here that says attach file. We're going to click that icon, and previously you would only have the option from My Computer to attach a file that would then be uploaded into the system. Then we had the SharePoint, which uses the link. So now you can see that the OneDrive integration or option is right there. So we're going to click on that OneDrive. And if you're new, it is going to ask you to connect your account with your Microsoft account. So in this case, it is going to ask you for permissions. In this case, as you will see, it will say Logic Software, which is our main company here. And it will ask you that, this application would like to sign in and read your profile. You're going to say yes. I mean, there's that's the only option here. Read files, read all files, all items in the site collections, as well as maintain access to your data. The reason we ask that is because that is the only way the integration will work properly. And I'm going to go ahead and say accept. Once that's done, the system in the back end will work to connect the two profiles together. And you will notice the moment I have said accept, it has all the files that are available on the OneDrive, any quick accesses or folders that you have access to. So I'm just going to select, let's say, a file. Here we go, onboarding training, and I'll say select. So you'll see in the message board here, it says BDR onboarding tech, onboarding PowerPoint, and I'm going to select post. All right. So what happens, again, similarly to SharePoint, the OneDrive will add the link here, and it will be reflected as with the cloud. So the moment you have this icon, you will know this is not a file that was directly attached from the computer, but it is a link. So if I click on this link, it will open up the file as it does, and you can collaborate, modify with your peers. So the beauty of this is that just because it's a link, it is not taking up space in your existing memory, right? So it will free up all the excess memory it would take otherwise to store these files. You are just storing them as a link. So that is one benefit. So that really is it for OneDrive integration. Like I said, it is very similar and very easy to set up. And once you've done that, you can collaborate. And anytime you add a same file, it will do the revision on the existing one, so you don't have multiple copies of the same file. If let's say there are a ton of messages in your message board, you can simply uncheck the messages and simply save files. It will show up all the files, so you can really narrow down the list and make it easy for you to view any files that are attached into a project, into a task, or an activity. All right. So the next one is our search functionality. So I'm going to exit out of here, and I'm going to click my assignments icon on the top right corner of the page here. And when I click my assignments, you will see that all the assignments that are assigned to myself or a particular user will appear here. So for every user, this is your personalized hub to see only the activities that you're assigned to. Now, that being said, you could be working on 15 to 20 different projects with with as many activities as there are. And it can be tedious sometimes to find the right files quickly, right? So what we have done is we have really enhanced our search functionality. So previously, when you would search for a file, you had to have the exact format in which the file name is entered in the system, right? So as an example, if I click, let's pick a bit of a challenging one. Let's say testing a request and approval, okay? So here, if I say testing, the moment I say testing, regardless if it's caps lock or not, all the projects and all the all the activities and requests will populate. And let's say if I wanted this from, they all belong to the same project? No, they do. Let's say testing 1, right? So now, as you can see, though I had 2 projects, budgeting and forecasting, testing, I can just say testing 1 and it populates these projects here. So what's changed? You no longer have to have the exact name of the file to be able to search the activity. In this case, you can use any keywords to populate the results that you want. So if I'm going to escape out of here, let's go to a, all right, let's do initiation, right? So initiation, here you go. The moment I start typing, it will give me the exact activity. So what this allows you, it allows you to seamlessly search for activities that you're working on using different keywords to easily populate the activities, and you can start recording your time, entering your time and such. Which takes me to the next one, which is our timer functionality. I'm not sure how many of you use timer functionality at the moment, but it is something that is very, different and very easy to use. If let's say I'm working on a project, I'm simply going to click on the timer here, and I'll let it record for like at least 5 to 6 seconds, or let's say 10 seconds, and then I'm going to pause. So if I'm working on an activity, and I know that I'll be working on it for an hour or 2 hours, I can simply go to the activity and start the timer, forget about it, and continue working on my project. The moment I'm done, I can come back to the timer and I can say pause or stop. In this case, when I stopped it or paused it, it shows the add time entry dialog box here. Now, previously, this dialog box was very, very simple. It only had the description and adds time entry. But now we heard you. We got a lot of feedback from some of our clients who were using timer more frequently, and they wanted this to be more enhanced. So now, similar to weekly time entries, what we have done is we have not only said today and how much time, which you still have the ability to edit in case you forget pausing your timer. You also see progress and how much time is left if there's any entry in the system, as well as custom fields, right? So you can also add not only add entry as billable, check that on or off, but you can also see your custom fields that are specific to the time entry. So in this case, I had a custom field saying what type of time log it is, and I'm going to say demo, right? So you have all the information available, so you don't have to go from my assignments to weekly time entries to update different information. It is one-stop shop for everything. And I'm going to say add. You can also reset, as you saw the option there. So the other thing is, if you go back into, let's go back to weekly timesheets. You can see the weekly timesheets. If I click on here, you see add description, type of time log, billable, and so on. What our team is currently working on is really unifying how the user experience when they're entering time. So in the near future, you will see a very consistent dialog box for entering time and adding any details, descriptions, or custom fields specific to your time entries. So similar to what you saw in the timer, you'll be able to see a similar dialog box here, as well as if you go into Activity Center and click on the details, or sorry, add, let's add time, this one, add time entry. You can see that this has been updated as well. So the add time entry dialog box in timer, in my assignments, I mean, in Activity Center, as well as in the weekly time logs, is going to be consistent. The other thing that's going to be added is a potential of a timer in your Activity Center as well. So you have different options depending on, some users like to really use Activity Center. However, some users like to use My Assignments because it's more targeted. So we give you the capability to add time entry in the same ways in different modules here. All right, so the last one that I have for today is managing users in spaces. So again, if I go into where it says main, I can click on a specific space and select the settings. So when I select the settings, it will take me to the space settings directly, and I can click on members. And as a space member, or as a space administrator, I would say, you have a list of users that you have made a part of the space. So before, you only had the capability to search for them, and you'll see the list. Now what we have done is we have given you the capability to see if these users are active, inactive. If, let's say, you have an extensive list of users in the space, then you can say show me only active users, right? Because again, you cannot delete, or it is advisable for you to not delete any inactive users, because any historical data, time logs, entries, and such that were assigned to the user for different projects will be deleted as well. It doesn't retain that information. So we always recommend to click and say, click a user. Oh, sorry, in my companies, we always say that, if you want, a user to not reflect here, simply click on their name and say cannot log in, like disable, active, and can log in. So that way, a couple of things happen. You can free up your licenses as well, so you can allocate the people who are replacing the inactive users, or have a couple of extra licenses just in case, as well as when you go into your space, you retain their information, as well as you can clearly say the people who are a part of the space or not. All right, so these are the new functions that we have for this month. Again, we are always working on enhancing our product, the features from the feedback you give to us, whether it is through our customer success, through support, through our workshops, webinars, or even directly contacting your customer success account manager if you have one applicable. So always, if there's any questions, any concerns, feel free to let us know, and we are happy to consider those enhancements as we work on evolving our product. Any questions on the features so far? Okay, so we have one question. Will assignees on a task be able to OneDrive files even if they don't have access rights to that file? The answer is no. So, and that's a great question. So no, if a user doesn't have access to that specific file on OneDrive, they will not be able to view it. Again, the permissions on Birdview are separate than the permissions on OneDrive and or SharePoint. Whatever access level you have given or not given to a user, the system will honor that. So let's say, as an example, if I go back to my main activity center here and say, okay, so Alyssa in one of the projects doesn't have access to the file that I had attached, even though the file is in the activity, in the messaging details or project details. If Alyssa clicks on it, Alyssa will not have access to that file. She won't be able to see it. Only people who were given the access on OneDrive or SharePoint in this case will be able to view the files. So you still maintain the integrity and the confidentiality of the content within that file. Any other questions? Okay, perfect. All right, so our next item is, we've gone through the questions. Let's go to the next, the upcoming events. So on January 24th, which is tomorrow, we are hosting a webinar on project management trends, where we'll be discussing the trends that we saw in 2023, some of the statistics, and how can project managers use some of the strategies to make sure they succeed in 2024 with their project management and team collaboration. On January 30th, we are going to do a quick little demo on our mobile app and how to use it on your phone, whether it is Android or iPhone, so that you have easy access to Birdview and communicate and or attach files or time entries, anything, even when they don't have access to the desktop. On February 6th, we are going to explore our guest users, or guest portals, as I would say, because we have made some enhancements on that front as well. And we will show you how the guest portal has been streamlined for easy collaboration and seamless continuity of your projects. Any questions on upcoming events front? Okay, all right. So lastly, I do want to give you an update on our weekly workshops. I understand this last year has been great working with you all, sharing the insights on our products and the latest features and updates. And it has been very exciting to see all the audience, who really made these sessions valuable. And I really hope that those sessions were valuable to you too. However, after some careful consideration, we have decided to conclude our weekly workshops with the last session that is going to be scheduled for February 20th. So it is a Tuesday, and February 20th will be our last session. And again, this is a part of our strategic efforts to make sure we are refining and enhancing our services and offerings to better meet your needs. So I would highly recommend that, even though these weekly workshops are coming to a close, it doesn't mark that, we're not going to be connecting. It's just that we're going to reiterate in how we connect with you. So my team and we are committed to providing you with the valuable resources and support. So you can reach out to us at our success email, which is success@birdviewpsa.com. Or if you know that you have a designated account manager, you can reach out to them directly. This way, we will make sure that you receive more personalized service that is tailored to your specific needs. And again, if you have any questions, any concerns, please feel free to send us an email. And yeah, I really hope to see you either tomorrow or in our next weekly session that is on January 30th. And I wish you all a very happy week ahead. Thank you for joining. Take care. Have a good day.